respond in chat. Are you able to listen me? Okay, are you able to hear? Anusha, respond in chat. Okay, thank you. So today this is the first lab. So all of you ready with your observation? Already I told. So in this session I want to discuss about ARM basics, so programming basics and everything. So I want to share my screen. I hope you are able to see my screen. Yeah, please respond in WhatsApp, okay, please, because I don't want to see every time that thing. So whether, yeah, are you able to see my screen properly? Because that blue button is not available right now, so that's why I want to use this thing at this moment. Okay. Yeah, respond in chat, personal chat. So 1 or 2 members respond every time. When I ask something, you just respond. Yeah, Anusha, please respond in WhatsApp. So is it visible, everything, my screen? So in personal chat you don't do in that. Okay, thank you. So 303 already responded. Yeah. So today the first basic one. So we'll see the syllabus. So according to syllabus, what you have, and so this is your syllabus. We'll put everything in our Moodle. You write the list of experiments what you have. So in observation, page number 1 as like index, right? Okay. First introduction lab. First one you write introduction lab. Part A, introduction lab. That is first what you want to write. Part A, introduction lab. Okay. So here, this is the lab. Actually, you need to use all these tools. So to do your lab, first one is your lab course is PC 752 EC and electronics design and automation lab. This is the lab what you have, electronic design and automation lab, okay, EDA. So there previously it is ECAD lab. So ECAD is a different one. In that we are going to do RTOS programming also, but now it is not there. Only except that section, everything is there in this lab. So you need to do with LPC 2148. So buzzer, stepper motor, temperature sensor, and some LEDs like that. So apart from that, we are going to learn first the basics, because it is not as much easy like your 8051 and 8086. So in this you need to learn a lot. So otherwise you can't write any program. And this lab is more useful in future, like whenever you join into certain embedded system core jobs. So must and should you need to learn ARM. Okay, without ARM you can't. Okay, so here this is somewhat difficult to understand, but a number of times you see my videos, because Zoom videos and everything I want to put in YouTube. So in this class also I repeated in YouTube. So here, program to interface 8-bit LED. This is the first one. So today I don't want to cover any one of these, but first you need to basic. So without basic knowledge, you are unable to do these programs. So this is what you have, first program. So first you write introduction to ARM programming. That one you write introduction to ARM programming. In that we are going to do today, we are going to perform 5 different experiments. 5 different experiments. In introduction part, we are going to do 5 different experiments. First one is, I will tell later, okay, what you are going to do. So this is the actual thing. According to syllabus, you need to interface 8 LEDs and 8 switches. So with respect to that switches, LEDs are going to operate. So that one you need to develop. I don't want to tell any one of this program. So I will give different experiments to that according to that thing. So you need to do actual experiment. So this is your assignment. Okay, this program is your assignment. Today, the first assignment is nothing but program to interface 8-bit LED and a switch interface. Okay, 8-bit and so LEDs and switches, 8 LEDs and 8 switches you need to operate. So it is your own and you need to submit your code. So that is your first task to do this lab. Okay, so according to our plan, so we will do all these programs. No problem. We are not going to leave any one of them. So we will do all. Okay, so that is the first thing. First, we are performing introduction to this lab. This is a part A. Part B, maybe I will take or Lalita madam will take. So part C, Lalita madam only take. Okay, so this one is related to VLSI and this is related to HDL because I know HDL. So this one also I know, but tools are different. I know different tools, but in our college you have different tools. So in Mentor Graphics is there in our college, but I don't know Mentor Graphics. Okay, so that's why this lab may be taken by Lalita madam. So she will do 2 or 3 experiments. So I will do at least 5. So here maximum this all we already we have code and every execution because IT students also have this lab. That's why compulsory we will perform all this in this 5, in this 5, in this 2. So total 12 experiments we are going to do, but a minimum you need to do at least 10. Okay, that is the requirement for all this. So but in this our session we will do 5, at least 5 labs. Okay, so this is thing. So if you want take a screenshot, so this is about your lab. Okay, so now I want to go to the actual thing. So first, yesterday as per our discussion in YouTube and everywhere, so you need to first install certain thing called 2 things. One is nothing but Keel. So I changed. A lot of people are telling that, sir, if you want to install 3 different things, there is a problem like that. So that's why I changed that file. Once again, yesterday only I gave one more link. So in that only one Keel file is there. That is Keel MDK 454. So this is an evaluation version. So it is not a complete version. So up to 32K it will work. Okay. So this is the evaluation version. So Keel MDK 454 is the version. Okay. So that version you install. So otherwise you just in Google you search also you got this version. Okay. That is more enough to do this lab. And Proteus Professional. So because you don't have ARTAS, that's why. So Proteus Professional must and should you need to download. So from that ECAD lab, if you download, you got this type of file. So this type of file may be not opened for a lot of people. So you need to install WinRAR, where I need to download WinRAR. So just any software. So this is not for our class. So any software if you want to open, so this is the way simple. The simple trick I want to tell here. So Ninite, N-I-N-I-T-E, ninite.com. So our Ninite software. So Ninite software, if you click, so directly if you go here, so you got lot of software. See, if I want to install Firefox, if I want to install anything, so this is a select WinRAR, then get your Ninite, install. Simple. So it is one click. So ninite.com is the best one to install immediately. That is nothing but ready-made. You need not to perform lot of times. For suppose if I want to Zoom, if I want Skype, so I can select by list. I can select any number of softwares, maybe 100 softwares also. Python 3 or Python, so FileZilla, Notepad. So this is all what you required, that thing. So in this list only. So you don't MATLAB like that, it is not available. These are the essential softwares. Okay. So these essential software, this is WinRAR or 7-zip also no problem. So WinRAR you select and download. So it is a small software, 2 MB, 3 MB like that. So otherwise you install any WinRAR software by using your own method. So that is required to open that ECAD. So once installed that software, so now I don't want to, so once again go to installation process because already I explained, so how to install the software and everything. So now I want to open that thing. Okay, what is the first program I want to perform? So what are the requirements? So first of all, here I want to explain some things about this thing. So always you open this thing. So from anywhere, from taskbar or somewhere. So this is the actual thing what you have. New project. You need to select new project. So always new thing you need to select. So here I want to select. This is the actual window. Previously I did some programs, that's why it is showing like this, but it is empty. If you opened it, it is empty. So here go to project. So already you know we performed in Keel. So new project, new microvision project. So here I'm going to select a lot of things are available here. So these things maybe if I don't want to any one of them. So for example one. Example 1. Okay, so this is my project name, example 1. So simply I click, because we require certain project. So somewhere I stored, D drive or any one of the drive. I created certain folder. My folder name is ECAD. So in that ECAD folder, I am selected example 1. So my file name is example 1. So here you need to select chip selection. Previously what you selected 8089C51 like that. So here you need to select, okay, NXP. So here NXP Foundry by Philips. So this is the thing, NXP Foundry by Philips. So in this you need to select LPC 2148. So LPC 2148. So that is what you want to select. Okay, this is the thing, LPC 2148. So this is the ARM 7 TDM S based high performance 32-bit RISC microcontroller with 512 KB on chip flash. So these are the features, everything explained here. So this is somewhat the basic one. So you need to learn this type of thing whenever we initially started with ARM. Okay, so then select OK. So what is the chip name? I hope you are writing. So LPC2148. First open the Keel, and after that project. So for project we selected certain folder. So in that folder you gave certain name, that is called example 1, and after that we selected a chip number. So NXP Philips. Okay, this is the NXP Foundry by Philips. So in that LPC2148. LPC2148. Okay. Then so it is asking. So copy startup. Okay, startup to project folder and add file to project folder. So no, because I don't want any startup here. Okay, so because I don't want to write right now, I don't want to write any C program. If I want to write any C program, compulsory I require startup file. So here I don't want to write a C program because I want to start with assembly first. So here by copying certain thing, because I don't want to waste some time. So I go here. So this is the add. So there is a file called add. Okay. So addition program, I want to perform a normal addition. So normal addition program. So here I want to take new file, and so I wrote the code. So in this I need to explain a lot, because what is this thing? Area means what? Reset means what? Data means what? Randomly means what? So read only means what? Area, program, code, read only. Why all this? So why I gave here some space? So here I gave, so at the time of subject also we discussed this thing. The spacing constraints are like Python. So these are also like Python, it will work. So if I don't give such space here, it shows certain error. Okay, that is the main thing. So here the area is nothing but assembler directive for this program. So area, the first thing what you want to do is nothing but area. Must and should you need to specify. So reset, why I need to reset? Because I want to reset all my registers and everything. So that for that purpose. So all of you write this code. First all of you write this code. Okay, all of you write in your notebook, and after that I will tell each one comment. So what is the meaning of that thing? What is the meaning of like that? I will explain. Okay, all of you write that code. If completed, a message in WhatsApp. Okay, once completed, message in WhatsApp. Make it fast, please, because I want to explain 5 ports and different registers also. Area space reset. Reset is an assembly directory for to reset all the registers. Data to assign new data. So what type of data? That is read only. I don't want to use read and write. So only read only. Next one, area, my program. So if you don't want a program always, so you can write program 1. So this is a name. So what is my program name or my space name at the time of execution? What it will recognize? That is nothing but program 1. Area, program 1. Code. So here I want to start my code. So read only. That is also read only. As like a code segment in 8086. So this is also read only. Next, entry. So this is as like a label. Entry means your main, as like your main program. So this is nothing but entry. Okay, entry you need to start. Next, move. Simple program I want to write. So move R1 comma hash, move R1 comma register 1. So you have generally this is the explanation what you want. So total how many registers are there, sir? Paint. This is the thing. Concentrate here. So total you have CPSR. So this CPSR consisting of total 32. So in this total 32, 0 to 32, that is nothing but 31. So first 4 bits what they do? So these are for a mode selection, mode. They will select the mode. Already we discussed a lot. That is nothing but mode selection bits. So if 1000 means what? So this is user mode. So by default the CPSR, that is nothing but our ARM processor, is in a user mode. So you have 7 different modes you have. So once again I don't want to explain that modes. Already you know what are that modes. So at the time of system mode, so here when you are using this mode, 12 general purpose registers are there. When I am using user mode 1000, so it works in the form of 12 general purpose registers are used. So 12 general purpose registers. Okay. So when I'm using this mode. So when I'm using system mode means all ones. I hope this is system mode means all ones here. So that is nothing but total 37 registers are available in ARM. So all are worked for us. Okay. So in this case 12 only. So total 15 registers are there. Why you are telling 12? Because 13th register and 14th register and 15th register are purpose is different. This is a linker register. This is the linker, and 13th is nothing but your stack pointer. Okay, this one is nothing but your program counter. Okay, so that's why these are used for certain purpose. Only remaining things are 0 to 12 registers. So 0 to 11 actually. So these 12 registers only used for the purpose, that is nothing but 12 general purpose registers you can use for our utility. Okay, that is what we perform. Okay, so this is the CPSR bit, and fifth bit is for the purpose of, so fifth one, so 4 bits completed up to 3. So fifth bit is for a thumb mode or arm mode. So it will select thumb mode or arm mode. So what is this register? CPSR. So in that CPSR, if we want to select thumb mode or arm mode by using this thing. So next here, one more thing is there, that is nothing but 6th and 7th bits are for the purpose of, so interrupt request, maskable interrupts, when I want to interrupt execution or not. So that is decided by hardware interrupt and software interrupts. So these two, that is nothing but fast interrupts and interrupts. So this is the fast interrupt purpose. This is a normal interrupt purpose. So like that you already have in your subject. So but once again I required all these things here That's why I'm explained once again this. So this is about your CPSR. So by according to that thing, so I don't want to go once again the subject. So entry move R1 comma, this is nothing but I'm always giving 32-bit data. So 14 I'm giving here, so there is nothing but 32-bit data. So entry move R1 comma hash. So hash is nothing but what? So it is the immediate data what I am giving. So 0x is nothing but hexadecimal number. So 000000 and 4. So this is what I am. Okay. So once it is completed, the time completed. So once the Zoom meeting time completed, once again I will start my class. So you need to join once again. Okay. So why I am telling all these things? Because after 10 minutes, after 9 minutes, our Zoom is going to shut down. I will explain one more program at this instant. Okay. So within this 9 minutes, I want to explain this program. So move R1 comma hash 0x0014. You give any type of data what you want, you can. Okay. That is nothing but 32-bit data you need to give. So here I can give any 15 or something. So next move R2 comma some value. So add R3 comma R1 comma R2. This is nothing but a destination. What is our destination here? R3. So R1 and R2, the content of R1 and R2 are going to add and the result is stored in R3. So why I am writing this B1 and B1? So here B1 is nothing but a branch. So as like a label. So I can write back or something what you want. BACK also you can write. So simply I want to write infinite loop. So B1 branch to B1. So that means the program always execute here only. Okay. So it repeats number of times it will repeat. Okay. That is the purpose what is written. So now I want to save this program. This is what is my program name? Same comments and everything are same as like previous programs. This is to add to. Okay, that is nothing but this is a program addition of two numbers. Okay, this is the purpose I am writing this program. So addition of two numbers, simple. So after that save. First we need to save. So here in my folder only I am saving ECAD lab. So I want to save, I want to give certain name. So because it is example1 dot s, because it is assembly language program, you need to give s. Previously in 8051 what you given? ASM you are giving s. So but here example dot or example1 dot s, that is my program name. Okay, example1 dot s, save. Extension is s, sir. So once I saved, this color and everything are changed. Now it is nothing but ARM program. So now go to source group. So all steps are same as like your previous knowledge. So here I want to source s files. So example1 dot s. So where is that example1 dot s? Yes, yeah. So this is what I want to add here in source group example1 dot s. So once you click on that, so simply you just build F7. If you press F7 also no problem. Directly you can write build, directly you can build also no problem. So choice is yours, right click and build target. So both are same. So once building completed, you need to check the errors and warnings here. So 0 errors and 0 warnings I got. So now I want to go with the debug. So here there is a debug is there. So if you don't want that thing, so go to debug menu and just click on start stop debug session. Okay. So just here it shows a 32-bit limit because we doesn't purchase this thing. Yes. It is not a free version, it is a free version, that's why. So this is actually it starts debugging. So if you don't want to go through in that way, so directly you can click on debug. So both are same. Now these are the CPSR registers. So what general purpose registers and everything. So only these are more enough for our program right now. So these are the general purpose registers. So R0 to R15. Okay. So this is a stack pointer, link register, program counter. So I hope you are able to see. So R0, R1, R2 up to R12 are there, R13, R14, R15, and CPSR. Okay, CPSR, in CPSR what are there? So last 4 bits, that is nothing but NU, ZU, CEV. This is a 31, 30, 29 and 28. So these 4 bits are related to this thing. So these are the flags. So these flags already they are in reset position because I wrote reset. So initially also they are in reset position, but whenever I wrote all these reset, automatically they are 0. That means, so they are not in active mode. Now this is the initial stage. So when I see my execution, so go to single step execution, step 1 or F11. Yes, here, first execution. So what happened here, cursor is there, the control is here, move R1, comma, this thing. So when I click on this, so R1 is loaded with 15. The value is loaded in 15. Next, when I click on this R2, that is nothing but R2 is loaded with 2. So when I click on one more thing, so add R3, comma R1, R2 performed, and the result is 17. Okay. So hexadecimal addition, this one, 5 plus 2 is nothing but 7, 1 is 1. So 17, I got answer 17. Okay. So like this, you need to do any program. So simple, yes, but only you need to save with .s, and you need to write these things. Initially, you need to write these things. Okay, so the time is 3 minutes only there. So next time, so once again I will put the link. You need to join all the members. So next program I will explain in a next session. Okay, thank you. So I hope you are writing all this code. So write. Okay, otherwise you take a screenshot with your phone and make it write into your notebook. Okay, so once again we will meet in within 5 minutes. Thank you.